Well, she's covered all of the top stories this year. We're talking everything from the Boston Marathon bombings to the kidnappings in Cleveland. I feel like you're my new co-anchor sitting over here.
No, I do too. I'm like, wait a second, I'm not supposed to be working today.
Yeah, I'm relaxing just a bit. This right here is Pamela Brown. She is a CNN national correspondent joining us this morning here in studio ahead of a big speech presentation you're going to give tonight over at High Point University.
Yeah, I'm so excited to be here in High Point and to be speaking tonight at High Point University. It's such a unique opportunity. It really is, and everyone has been so welcoming. And you know, I've been at CNN for 8 months now. I just started in March of this year, and so I'm going to be talking a little bit about my experience so far and covering some of these big breaking news stories. Because right after I started at CNN, it was the Boston Marathon, as you just pointed out, and then the Cleveland kidnappings, the Oklahoma tornado. So it was sort of a grueling start, and I'm going to talk about all those experiences tonight.
You really hit the ground running. A lot of people tonight are going to be hanging on to every word that you have to say. What's the message behind your speech tonight?
The message is, you know, here I am, I'm working for CNN. This is sort of what I've always wanted to do in my life, but I've been through a lot of struggles, disappointments, setbacks to get to this point in my life. And so the overall theme really is sometimes you have to lose to win, and that sometimes out of failure comes success. So I'm actually going to be putting myself out there tonight, talking about some of the disappointments, the setbacks, of failures in my life when I didn't always win, and how that actually set me up for success all in the way that I handled it. So it is sort of an unconventional speech in that way, that I'm really going to be talking about the things that didn't work out so well to lead me to this point in my life and in my career. So it's going to be candid, and I hope that the young students who will be attending as well will take something from my message, because I was in their shoes not that long ago at Chapel Hill.
I was going to say, right up the road, right up the road. I want to put you on the spot here, because I think it's important when we have students to give them a good message. What would you say is your greatest professional mistake? Something you did wrong in your career that you learned from?
Oh gosh, I've had a lot. I was actually thinking before I came, everyone always likes to know that, you know, what sort of what you've done that hasn't been perfect, and my blooper reel would be very entertaining. I'll tell you that. Gosh, you know, before I worked at CNN, I started at ABC 7 in Washington, D.C. I started actually my career there. And let me tell you something, I was 22 years old, right out of college, in a big market, and I made so many mistakes. I can't even tell you, and I see why. You make them and you learn from them. In fact, there was one time where, and you can relate to this, things don't always go right on live television, and we have lots of technical glitches, and there was actually one time where my IFB wasn't working, which is the earpiece we use, people talk to us, you have on. And
that the producer
exactly. Oh no, already. And anyway, I'll make this quick then. And so we were having technical issues, and I walked off camera, and at that point the anchor was tossing to me. I was mortified. So you know, so many lessons to be learned from all the mistakes I've made along the way. But again, you know, even if you do make mistakes, you can still rise above them, all in the way you handle it, and get to a great point in your life. Yep, that's it.
Well, congratulations on a successful career. Glad you stopped by. Glad, of course, whenever you are in North Carolina, we're just kind of home to you.
Yeah, you are. It's so great to be back. It really is.
Pamela, thank you so much. Hey, you can see Pamela tonight at High Point University. She will be speaking at 5:30 in Francis Auditorium at Phillips Hall. This is open to students, faculty, and Cindy, the entire community.